Welcome back to the Chelsea debate. Chelsea have just beaten West Ham 1-0. Massive result for us in the Premier League, Josh. We'll talk about the goal in a minute, but overall, what a result for us.
Yeah, no, absolutely brilliant result, and we really needed it, didn't we, when you look at the table? So, no, fantastic. Relieved.
It's been a difficult week, isn't it? There's been so much going on. It's actually nice just to focus on the football today. I don't know if you felt like that. It's just because it's been a bit
No, yeah, no, definitely. I mean, it feels in footballing terms, it feels like it's been a really, really long week. So great to finish it with a win, isn't it? Especially against a top four rival.
Yeah, a London rival as well, and we've beaten them 1-0. Quite a few talking points within the game that was just 1-0. Timo Werner, the main one. There was a lot of, maybe not so good things, but at the end of the day, he was the match winner today. And what a moment for him. We know how tough it's been for him. He's been inconsistent, to say the least, in terms of his goal scoring. But he popped up with a goal, didn't he, today? And Ben Chilwell cross found him in the box, and he's getting in the right areas, and he finished it well, didn't he?
Yeah, no, brilliant to see Chilwell get another assist. We have talked a lot about him doing more going forward, and he really is delivering that on what he's turning into a consistent basis. So buzzing for that. And then again, like you said, he took his goal well. He's missed a few chances in recent times, both for Chelsea and Germany. So good to see him get that sort of clinical edge back. But we have got to talk about the chance that he missed at the start of the second half. I mean, talk me through it, Don. What was that? I text you, what have I seen? Right?
Yeah,
it
wasn't great. So effectively, Mason Mount, who we'll mention in a minute, takes a shot from the edge of the box, and he's again. Werner reads it. He's getting in the right positions. Fabianski saves it, but it's into the path. He spills it. Werner's there, and he's put it wide. I'm not really quite sure how he's done it. He sort of stabbed at it and put it wide. What I will say, though, is I've just heard his press conference after the game, and he sort of was in a sort of a jokey mood about it. He sort of was like, well, I've got one. Two might have been too greedy considering I've not scored. So it's good to see that he's not, negative. He's not getting down about it. But yeah, that sort of sums up some of the things we've seen from him this season. But overall, it was good. It was a good performance. Maybe an 8 out of 10 for me. Do you agree?
No, I definitely agree. Yeah, 8 out of 10. Obviously, the second goal would have put him to a 9 or a 10. But no, brilliant. And, it's good to see that he is a bit jovial about it afterwards, isn't it? Because they did flash up the fixtures between now and the end of the season. And we've got a tough month coming. So brilliant to see him back amongst the goals. And hopefully there's a few more yet.
We do. Let's talk about the red card. Now, I've got to say, I've got to give West Ham credit today because they were without Creswell, Masuaku, Declan Rice, Antonio, and they still gave us a good game. So credit to them, and they're certainly not out with their fixtures. They could still finish in the top four quite easily. But the things that they're going to be annoyed about, 10 minutes to go, Balbuena, red card. Do you want to talk me through it? Because it is a very controversial one.
Very controversial indeed. Obviously, Balbuena's cleared it, hasn't he? And sort of on the follow-through of kicking the ball, Chilwell's presented a challenge, and obviously Balbuena's studs have hit Chilwell's leg. Obviously, it would have hurt Chilwell, so I'm not going to accuse Chilwell of making a meal of it or anything like that. But for me, I think Chris Coleman said it on commentary, you are taught as a child to kick the ball and follow through for the better connection. So, you never... When you do that, you're never looking to... You're not even thinking about an opponent, are you? Just thinking about clearing the ball. So I thought it was a very harsh red card. As much as, it's done damage to Chilwell, and obviously he went down, I just thought it was really harsh. What did you think?
Yeah, well, he's cleared it into the stands, basically. So he's got to hit it hard. For me, it's not a red card. And if you're going to, give red cards like that, I mean, where's he meant to plant his leg? As in, he's kicked it. Where can his leg go? I will say, if Ben Chilwell's leg had been, still implanted, it really could have caused damage, and maybe that's what the ref's seeing. Dangerous play, but there's no intent, and there's nothing he can do about that. I mean, it's not a red card.
And that's hypothetical, isn't it? You're saying about if Chilwell's leg was planted.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, if his leg was planted, then we might have to have a different view on it, but we haven't. And what really frustrated me with it was then a few moments afterwards, I can't remember the West Ham player who it was, so I apologise.
Two foul, wasn't it? The right back, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so on Rudiger. And don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to say that was a red card either, but it was identical. So that's what's really starting to annoy me. I mean, there's been another few VAR incidents the last couple of weeks, and we're not going to talk about them. We all know. But how are VAR pulling one incident and then literally a couple of minutes afterwards not pulling another? We all know how inconsistent VAR is, but they've just got to do something about it now because it's ridiculous. As much as it's great for us today, that sort of killed off any sort of chance West Ham really had to try and nick a point or even the win.
Yeah.
And when you look at the money that's involved with a Champions League qualification, that could be massive for them. So it needs sorting. It did annoy me.
Do you know what? It's VAR, but it's also the referee's gone to look at it again. So yeah, VAR, but the ref has had the chance to look at it and make the decision. So I'd put as much blame on the refereeing because he's had the opportunity. Anyway, that was done. We held on. I will say though, I think it's easy to say now. We would have held on. I hate watching us at the minute when it comes to the business end. I was just nervous throughout the whole game, but we held on. That's another clean sheet. West Ham, I can't remember too many clear-cut chances. I know Lingard nearly scored a worldie at one point, but just talk to me about our defence because, another clean sheet. Mendy comes in and excited not been away. I really like the back three today with Silva, Rudiger and Christensen. Really solid, aren't we, back there?
No, it's just it's a norm now, isn't it? Which is a really good thing to say because over the last couple of years we have shit goals at times. Fantastic, great to see the back three, and Christensen. I thought played brilliantly again.
Yeah.
Well, they all did to be fair, but no, I just wanted to give him a shout out because he's sort of been in and out recently with injury and rotations. No, I was chuffed with the defence. Another clean sheet. I think that's 29 now this season.
Yeah,
obviously, as we know, a good percentage of that has come under Tuchel. So brilliant. And again, long may it continue. That defence needs to be tight and solid for the next few games.
Yeah, definitely. One more player we've got to talk about, Mason Mount. Sort of get tired of talking about him now, but it didn't score. Yeah, he didn't score today, but he was brilliant, wasn't
he? He was fantastic, wasn't he? I mean, we've talked at times about how the only thing he needs to improve on is, being clinical and his shooting, and he did all that today. He looked dangerous at times from distance. I mean, the one for me that just really sums him up in the 95th minute, I think it was, last minute of the game, the sort of trickery and pace that he used to get away, and then the cross was brilliant. He put it on a plate for Tammy. Unlucky that Tammy couldn't sort of finish it, but that just sums him up. He really is turning into the complete player for me.
Yeah, I think it was maybe just above Tammy. He couldn't quite reach. Good to see him get a couple of minutes at the end. But yeah, he's deceptively quick, isn't he, Mason Mount? And like you say, makes things happen on the ball. Had a couple of efforts from outside the box that he was quite unlucky with. Obviously, we mentioned where Werner could have scored. But he's got to start every game from now till the end of the season, really, because every game is a must-win. Brilliant. I think we'll wrap it up in a minute. Nice short one, but let's talk about where that sort of leaves us in the top four, because we were fourth going into it, level on points with West Ham. We've now extended that lead to 3 points. And of course, earlier, Liverpool drew with Newcastle. So Liverpool are a further point back than West Ham. So we've got a nice little lead there. I know we've got some tough games, but you'd take that, wouldn't you?
I would. I still feel it was 2 points dropped the other night, obviously with Brighton.
Yeah.
If we'd have got those, that would have been, we'd be very confident. But no, today was a must-win. I think last weekend me and you were talking off camera, and my thought process was sort of, as long as we beat Brighton, you could possibly afford a draw at West Ham. We've done it the other way around, so you've just got to look at the positives. And it's good going into Tuesday night, isn't it, against Madrid?
It is absolutely buzzing with that today. It was such a good result for us. Madrid, like you say, that's a complete different ball game. I don't know. Maybe we'll do a video if we've got time for that. But this team at the minute keeps going under Tuchel. We don't mention the West Brom result, but aside from that, we look so solid at the back. Players doing really well, and we'll keep going on. So do you have any last comments before we wrap it up?
No, brilliant win. Chuff with the clean sheet. Chuff with Timo Werner. Up the Chelsea.
Yeah, brilliant. Thanks for everyone for watching the channel. Like and subscribe if you're new, please. And on Twitter, follow us at Chelsea_debate, and on our Instagram, _Chelsea_debate. Until then, we will see you next time. Cheers, guys. Bye bye.
Cheers.